is why I hate being outside, these bugs. A bug almost flew right into my ear. Those disgusting creatures. You have the leash between your ears. So about 2 years ago, I believe, I purchased a Canon camera, the Rebel T7, which is a really good camera, especially for an amateur photographer like myself. So this right here is how the flash actually comes in. And this is the actual flash itself. Is pretty awesome, pretty easy to use. It has batteries on right now because I was using it earlier. You can control how bright the flash is gonna be. Yeah, so it's pretty awesome. And naturally it comes with different modes and whatnot. So yes, and it uses AA batteries, 4 to be exact. So I recently bought this, I guess this is the brand or whatever, battery premium. It came with quite a few things actually. Let's see. So this is the cover for the big, what's that thing called? Oh, the name is Vivitar. So the brand is Vivitar. So I recently purchased this gear that I'm about to show you for photography. It was pretty inexpensive, so that's why I bought it. It comes with one of these. I'm zooming in as much as I can because the background is messy. So this is a tiny tripod, which I have not used yet. This is the case for the big, regular sized tripod, but it's in my car because I don't want to keep it right here. So this is actually the flash from Newer that I just showed you guys, but I put it in here. Here's actually where the big tripod was, but I don't want to have it in here because I can fit a bunch of other things instead. So I keep the tripod, the actual, like the big tripod in the car, and then I keep the little one here. It came with some cleaning supplies. This is actually from So these are the two lenses that came with my Rebel T7. This is the long range 75 to 300 millimeter. And it's pretty good, it gets the job done. I'm sure professionals are like, oh, I got a better one. Well, of course, honey. I'm an amateur photographer. This is great for, starting out with photography. And I use this for, I like taking pictures of flowers. I guess they call it micro photography, like taking pictures of up close and personal details. This is pretty good for that. And then I use this for just regular photos. If I'm doing a photo shoot for a friend or a wedding or something like that, this is what I use for now. It's the 18 to 55 millimeter EFS. I like that it has this right here, which it helps me zoom in just automatically without me having to just manually move these things around. Because I do that when I feel like it, but for the most part, I like that I can just quickly aim and shoot because this thing has these modes that help me out. I don't know what this one's called, but this one helps me, zoom in and all that. So I really like these. So far, these are the only two that I have. But remember, I'm just starting. And this right here is the actual body of the camera, the Rebel T7. I love this camera. And I have it on You can't see because it's blurry. I have it on, what was this called again? There's a name for this. I have it like this because this way I can control it. And the ISO is really low because I was outside taking pictures earlier. So yeah. And this is my camera. I love it. Gets the job done. And then my dad recently bought me like, what, 4 batteries, and they came with their chargers and everything. And then I bought the charger for this one. This charger that I have, I bought because it didn't come with a camera. I think, yeah, I don't think it came with a camera. I don't remember. I bought it a long time ago. Actually, I have to charge that. And then I have 4 more that my dad bought me. It's these right here. This is the actual case. It did not come with a camera. My dad bought me this. Now here is, I'm pretty sure it didn't come with a camera. Here is the original camera that I had, and my dad also bought me the case for it. Actually, so I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, I don't remember. This case for the Canon did come with a camera. My bad. This is the case that my dad bought me for my Nikon Coolpix B500. This is the first camera that I ever bought. It's the Coolpix B500. It's a digital, has a swiveling little monitoring screen, which I really love because it helps me take some interesting pictures from some pretty, and here I'm interjecting because I meant to say pretty cool angles. Obviously, this one does not come with external lenses. It just, let me see where. And that's as much as it does. And it's pretty good. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. This one is better than the Canon for, you know, for taking videos. The Canon is better for photos, but I prefer this one for recording videos. I actually gave this one to my dad because I don't use it anymore. I'm investing on the Canon, so I decided to give him my Nikon. So when him and mom go on adventures, they can take some pictures. Yep. And that's the rundown on my cameras. You might come across of. But for those of you wondering, where can I go in Kentucky or near Kentucky, that's really nice. Okay, so as I was saying in the video, and the reason why I'm recording over it is because I made some mistakes because I was too busy trying to focus while driving and talking at the same time. So if you're visiting Kentucky and you're wondering what are some cool places to go to, I know a few. There are many more. I'm just gonna name the ones that I know. The first one is the Mammoth Caves in north central Kentucky. Beautiful. They have a nice walking trail, very woodsy, nice. Like I'm talking, it's a pretty long walk. So you're gonna have fun. Bring your quote unquote hiking shoes and try to go when the weather's warm. Because when Kentucky gets cold, it gets cold enough that you can't enjoy, you know, the walk. When I went, it was pretty cold. I would rather go on a day that's hot because you can, I don't know, dump some water on you and you'll be fine, or go swimming somewhere and you'll be fine. But when it's cold, I suppose if you're going for a long walk, you want it to be cool. So I don't know, you choose the day that you want to go. If it's cool or hot, it's your problem. Anyway, the Mammoth Caves are huge. So unless you live in a house with a ridiculously gigantic ceiling, I promise you that the distance from your floor to your ceiling multiplied times 3 or 4 or 5 can fit into the Mammoth Caves and most likely leave some extra room. So it won't look like that as you're coming in, because the ceiling and the ground are pretty close. But as you go in, it blows your mind, and you're able to see beautifully in there because they have artificial lighting. Obviously, it's a cave, so they've put some man-made contraptions to make it more, comfortable for people who go see. So when I went to the Mammoth Caves years ago, we went in the morning, but we didn't go early enough. So we didn't really get to go on the little excursion with the tour guide. So sadly, I missed that. I didn't really get to go because they had already finished. So I guess you have to go really early because we did get there early. So I guess they went on that little trip way earlier. So you want to go early. Definitely recommend the Mammoth Caves. Beautiful location. Not only the caves, like I said, there's like woodsy areas all around that you can go for a walk. It's very romantic for a date. So yeah, beautiful. Then number 2, it's Noah's Ark. Now, let me check real quick. Williamstown, Kentucky. The Noah's Ark replica. It's so beautiful. I went there earlier on when they created it or whatever, and then now it's a lot prettier. And they have different attractions. Now they have, I think, hotels nearby that you can stay in. They have a zoo, a petting zoo. I never went to the petting zoo because I didn't want to. But I did go to the Noah's Ark, and it's just beautiful. If you want to have what would essentially be the experience that Noah had in his family, being in the the large ark that the Lord built, you definitely want to go to Williamstown in Kentucky and see the Ark of Noah's replica for yourself. It's pretty cool. I mean, there's a lot more to see. If you go on Christmas or New Year's or Christmas, whatever, when they have it really dolled up with the lights and everything, you're going to have an even cooler experience. It will be, cooler weather, but if you love the cold, then it'll be right up your alley. Number 3 is the Daniel Boone Lake. Now, when you go to the Daniel Boone Lake, it literally looks like you're at the beach. So I had actually made a screen recording just now to show y'all the pictures, but for some reason I can't put it in here. I don't know why this thing is acting dumb. But so it's not called the Daniel Boone Lake. It's the Cave Run Lake. And it literally looks like a beach. It's literally beautiful. You have to go see it. Pictures won't do it justice. What I saw online doesn't really do it justice. Go to Cave Run Lake here in Kentucky when you come to Kentucky. Also, what I meant by Daniel Boone Lake was actually the Daniel Boone Forest. I had never heard about that place. I was calling the Cave Run Lake the Daniel Boone Lake. No, it's actually called Cave Run Lake. But I researched the Daniel Boone National Forest here in Kentucky, and oh my gosh, y'all, that is even better. If you love hiking, like actual hiking, and you're in Kentucky, you're visiting or you live here, whatever, you want to go to the National Forest, Daniel Boone National Forest here in Kentucky. I've never been, but it definitely looks like somewhere that I would love to go camping and hiking. I love walking. Hiking is a lot more, effort. I might get tired, but I do like hiking if it's not too steep, but it looks worth the trip. I saw like little rivers and cascades or waterfalls. I mean, wonderful. Actually, I forgot to mention as well that at the Mammoth Cave location, there is also a zip lining. I don't know that I would call it a resort, but it's like a zip lining / camping grounds area. At least from the direction that we come from that side, as you're headed to the Mammoth Caves, you run into the camping grounds / zip lining experience. I never got to go to that, but I know that it exists because the one time that I went to the Mammoth Caves, you see the giant signs, you do see the camping grounds. Pretty beautiful. I just never got to go. But yeah, there's that for you to look forward to. Now, the 3rd or 4th, I can't keep up now. It's actually where I'm taking you in this video. So normally I would take you to the usual spot that I always go to, which is the Lexington, Kentucky Arboretum. I will not be featuring it in this video because I'm doing too much already. But I'm taking you to the Springhouse Gardens. Now, I'm not going to show you like all of it. I barely took a video on my phone of the place because I went to photograph with my camera. So here are some pictures that I took. I want to put some video as well. I like this shot. The way that I edited the flower, it looks really cool. Love it. I understand that you're not really seeing the Springhouse Garden, location in these pictures. You're just seeing like little shots of like specific little corners, flowers. But I will show you a little B-roll of the place. I didn't really vlog the whole way because I was most interested in, the actual photography. I didn't take that many pictures either because it was too hot, man. I was drenched in sweat. It was too hot. And I was wearing my, photography gear in my bag, like the backpack y'all saw earlier in the video the whole time. So this is right here. You're seeing little glimpses of the actual place, but these videos won't do it justice. You have to go there, and it does matter what time of year you go to this place because obviously in winter in Kentucky it snows. I've not been during snow season to this place. That right there's basil plants. That's what you're seeing there. Like I was saying, I've not been there. Here's my camera mounted with the external flash. That's what it looks like. Anyway, so I've never been to this place during the snow season, but I've been in, the more foliage-y, fall-ish seasons, and beautiful place. There was, honestly, the first time I went, it was prettier. So last year? Yeah, so in 2024, I went there for the first time, and the scenery looked a little different, a little prettier. Actually, now it looks prettier, but there was a certain section that looked prettier because there was a tree that is no longer there because between last year and now, we had several months of winter. We had tornado season, so some things did change, but the place is still beautiful. And like anywhere where they have like a garden or whatever, they always uproot whatever during the the cold weather, and then but right now it's perfect. So you definitely want to go during the summer, fall, especially summer or spring. It's beautiful. Showing you a little bit of the company's logo. So right here where you're looking at, there used to be a beautiful tree that I guess they cut off because it died during freaking winter. I like the cool weather for a little bit, but I hate winter. Okay? Because it kills everything. I love the green outdoors, and same thing happens in the Arboretum where I love to go. I mean, you can't preserve the beauty of the Arboretum all year round, because here in Kentucky, we get all 4 seasons. And when it gets cold, it gets cold. Plants that are meant for, obviously, spring or summer, they don't last through the winter. A lot of them are uprooted. And so it's like in the Arboretum in this place, they change because they keep having to update the plants, because whenever the cold comes, everything dies. But yeah. This is pretty much the end of the video. Oh yeah, I was gonna share a funny story. So a couple months ago, we had an event at my church. My church is called Men of War, and we were doing a little scene during the choir, where me and some of the multicultural people we were gonna wave our flags representing the nations bowing before God. So I had to buy a flag. I had the biggest flag. I mean, it was ridiculous. Thankfully, the American flag was pretty big too. So my flag wasn't the only one that looked like I was like just waving a giant blanket made of like nylon, because literally it was huge. All the other ones had a normal dimension. The American flag was gigantic, and then the Cuban flag, which is where I'm from, was ridiculous. I mean, seriously, there's got to be a video somewhere that I can share at some point. Not on this video, but... So a friend told me to, Francisco told me to go buy a pole at Lowe's that he was going to retrofit. He gave me the picture of the skew for the pole, the dimensions, so I was supposed to go to Lowe's and have the people there get it for me. So my mom said, oh, you know, Lowe's is pretty close to the house. It's on Richmond Road. And I was like, oh, okay. So she just told me to put down on the GPS Richmond Road or Lowe's on Richmond, right? Now, either I didn't know or I forgot. But there is Richmond Road, and then there is Richmond, Kentucky. Now, I've only been driving for 2 years, so I don't know the whole of Kentucky. There's a lot that I don't know. Names, places, whatever, streets. I know enough of where I live, but I had not been to Richmond, Kentucky before. So this particular day, I was gonna make a quick run to Lowe's on Richmond Road to buy myself the pole for the flag for the event at church. So as I'm driving, I remember that when I got the GPS, or by GPS I mean Google. Nobody uses a GPS anymore. So when I turned on Google Maps, I put down, Lowe's, Richmond. I did not realize, like I said, that there is Richmond Road in Richmond, Kentucky, a different county. So, I was going. It's been a couple minutes. I was like, oh, why is the Google Maps taking me through these, routes? I thought it would take me through like the regular, okay, whatever. So a couple more minutes go by, and then I'm realizing it's a pretty long drive. And then I see myself on the interstate driving on Route 75 next to the giant, like the semi-auto, I think that's what you call the giant, those big trucks that haul merchandise for like Kroger, Walmart, yeah. And so I saw myself driving next to these big old guys, and I was like, okay, yeah, I recognize this road because this is the road or the route that I have to take usually to go to my friend Dania's house. So I recognized this, I recognized the place, and then I saw the 75 on the floor, and I was like, okay, so this is, I thought, what? I was confused. So I called my mom and I explained to her the scenery, what I'm seeing. I'm on Route 75. I'm on the interstate. She was like, what are you talking about? Lowe's is like a couple minutes away. And I was like, yeah, a couple minutes away, but like I'm on the interstate. And she was like, dude, you're driving to Richmond, Kentucky. You're leaving our county and you're going to a different county. So then she was like, go ahead and take the first exit you see. So the first exit that I saw was this, it just took me through some back roads because she thought it would take me to like, I think you call it a metropolitan area where you have like the Krogers and the Walmarts and the McDonald's. And no, it took me to the first exit that I took, which she thought it would take me to like, where the gas stations are and all these things, was actually a winding road, a narrow road. It was actually super beautiful though. And so it was a long back road. I'm talking beautiful. I had never seen one of those before. And I thought, here's a crazier part, okay? So by this point, I know that I was headed to Richmond, Kentucky, instead of Richmond Road, which is close to my house. So I was like, okay. So, well, not close to my house, but like, in the same county at least. But I was, freaking going to Richmond, Kentucky. Now, I thought I had updated the Google Maps to take me home. Now, because I've only been driving for 2 years, and there's a lot about even the Google Maps that I don't know, I didn't realize that for you to, because I put down, I didn't, okay. So basically, I didn't close the first trip that I had put down for, the Lowe's. And I put my address and I thought it was going to take me home. And so here we go. And so now I thought I was arriving, and here's me talking about whatever. And I was driving, thinking that, okay, now the GPS is going to take me home, but I'm just going through these winding, narrow back roads. No big deal. So I don't realize that the GPS the Google Maps didn't really update, because you have to cancel the first trip to add a second one. So it didn't really change. So it's still taking me to freaking Lowe's in Richmond, Kentucky. I don't realize that at this point, because I think I'm going home. So I'm now in Richmond, Kentucky, but I think I'm back in Lexington. Why? Because I see in front of me Tate's Creek Road. Now, I had no idea that I was still in Richmond. So I called my sister, and she was like, no, bro, you're still in Richmond. I'm looking at you through the Snapchat, location thingy, and you're still in Richmond. And I was like, what? But there's a thing that says, Tate's Creek Road. I'm on Tate's Creek Road. And she was like, no, different counties have the same streets names. So then I realized, oh, okay, so I'm still in Richmond Road. And I just thought, okay, but I'm on my way home. And then next thing I know, the GPS takes me to what? Lowe's. And I'm like, Lowe's? And then I realized the GPS is not taking me home. It's still taking me to the Lowe's in Richmond, Kentucky. So I ended up going to Lowe's in Richmond, Kentucky, but I didn't buy anything because I'd wasted so much time. It was getting dark. And the day before, it was when the big floods happened. And if you remember the floods, they got really bad. They get really bad here in Kentucky. And actually, some of the back roads going back home, they were wet from the day before, because the day before it all had flooded. I remember coming back from the narrow back roads, which ended up taking me to, the Lowe's in Richmond, Kentucky. There was a big sign that said, turn around, don't drown. And I was like, oh my Lord, what do you mean turn around, don't drown? And I was like certain that maybe I was going to stumble upon like a flooded lake, but I kept following the cars in front of me because, I didn't see people turning back. So I kept going, and thankfully, I guess if there had been a flood like the day before, it had subsided, so it was fine. And then that's how I ended up in Lowe's. And then I didn't buy anything. I filled my charge. I don't have an electric car. I fueled my car, and I went back home through the other narrow back roads. So the GPS. I keep saying the GPS. No one has been using a GPS since 2009. Okay. So the Google Maps took me through the back roads. I should have used Wiser, whatever you call it. Waze. I should have used Waze, because Waze actually lets you select if you want to go through the back roads or you want to go through the main roads. But anyway, the Google Maps usually will take me on long distance trips through the back roads. It always does that. I don't know why. It just does what it does, which I usually don't mind because I like the back roads. But we're talking, I'm in a different county. It's pretty late in the afternoon. I got to get home, honey. And, Mom was worried. Mom was worried. She has a tendency to worry. And thankfully, she has my location, because I have an app. I don't remember what the app is called. But she has an app that I gave her so she could see my location at all times, the speed, whatever. So she was able to be like, okay, you're still there, turn around, whatever. And once I found my way, I was like, okay, now I have the GPS, Mom. I'm heading, let's call it GPS. I've already updated the GPS. I canceled the first trip. Now I have the proper thing going on, so it's going to take me home. So that was that. But that's pretty much what I was talking about in this video that you're randomly seeing of me talking without audio. It's just hilarious because, and in the video that you're seeing, I missed my exit coming back from Springhouse Gardens. So this is you watching me actually find my way home. I was very proud of myself without the GPS because I wanted to keep recording. And there I was talking. I'm not going to have you watch the whole thing because I'm just talking about what I just told you about. So I'm condensing all those many minutes that you're going to see. Otherwise, this video will be like 50-something minutes long. Anyway, God bless everybody out there. And yes, it's not the first time, by the way, that I've accidentally done that and that I've ended up in the wrong place. Yes, because remember, I'm a new driver. Here, I actually found my way home because I know these... I know my, I know Lexington almost like the back of my hand because I have been driving for 2 years and I live in Lexington. So, I found my way home. So praise the Lord. But yes, this is the end of this video. My throat hurts. Pray for me. God bless everybody. If you want to see more of these videos, let me know and I don't have a very eventful life. I don't really go out that much. And when I do, it's like the same place. I don't blog my life because I don't have much to blog. It's just me working or being in the house. When I am out, I'm usually at the same place. And I'm not trying to blog because I'm just taking pictures or just going for a walk to stay active. Anyway, if you do like these kinds of videos, if you want to see like a sit down Q&A or something like that, you can for fun, whatever you guys want. Honestly, the majority of the people that follow me speak Spanish, so I'll make a Q&A version in Spanish for them and then a Q&A version in English. Yep, so God bless everybody out there. Shalom, shalom.